Yes, folks, it's Tales from the Jails with John G. Sutton. Thank you for watching this channel. Do please like and subscribe. It's down there. And of course, there's a link to my new book, which is being recorded in audio this month. The actor Alan Turton is doing that, I believe, because he's been fully booked, you see. So anyway, we're back on that. I'm going to talk today about the happenings in America, partly, where Donald Trump was just found guilty in New York of 34 felonies. That's 34 counts of defrauding HMRC, well, the IRS in actual fact. That's the American HMRC, and attempting to obstruct the rightful election process by interfering with evidence that was being presented against him by a porn star of all things. Imagine that. Apparently what he did was, as I'm sure you're all aware, he invited this porno star, Stormy Daniels, and I do believe, from what I'm told, that if you go onto YouTube or something like that, you can probably get a video of Stormy Daniels. I'm not sure, but I'm told you can. I don't think you'll get a porno video of her, but you might see a little bit of her. Anyway, he's been associating with porn stars and Playboy models. He was dating a Playboy model, paid her off $130,000, paid Stormy Daniels $130,000, falsified his business accounts to show that these were payments on account to his lawyer, who was at the time Michael Cohen, and of course Michael Cohen gave evidence that that was not the case, and all the bookkeeping entries indicated that these were just payments to Michael Cohen when they were actual fact reimbursements, because Michael Cohen had used his own money to pay off the porn star and the Playboy model. I mean, what's he playing at, this guy? And then Donald Trump has got the audacity to go on television and say, in the event that I am incarcerated, sent to prison, he said there is going to be blood on the streets, there's going to be trouble in America. This man doesn't realise what he's saying. I think he is criminally insane. I do believe that he isn't thinking straight, but my belief is this, my prediction is he's going to get sentenced to 4 years imprisonment, 3 years suspended, and 1 year that he'll start to serve immediately. They've got to get him off the streets. He is a danger. Every time he goes on television, and he keeps maligning people, talking about the corrupt judge, he's undermining the belief in the rule of law and order. He's saying that everything that happens against him has been rigged. This man is a danger to society and needs to be taken off the streets and slammed into Rikers jail or whatever they decide to put him. And that's when he's going to get special treatment, which is what I want to talk about today. What happens when somebody as high profile and dangerous, and he is dangerous, as Donald Trump gets put in prison. Well, I was at the Scrubs when we had an unnamed inmate on the segregation block, and I was working on there, and we weren't given his name. It was a blank card outside his cell, and he had to have, I think it was 3 strong guards, myself and a couple of others, and a dog handler. A dog handler with dog outside his cell before we unlocked him. He was considered to be that dangerous. And we had to take him to the showers like that, handcuffed to me, yeah? Cuffed to me, down to the toilets. He went into the toilets. I think he did it for a joke, but he pissed all over one of my boots. I deliberately made some witty comment to me in French because he didn't speak English. Apparently he'd been arrested in London he was staying in a hotel, and one of the chambermaids in the hotel was cleaning the room up and saw under his bed he had grenades and explosives and small arms and weapons and all that stuff. And she told the management, they called the police, and he was arrested. And of course, no, we didn't know his name, we weren't given his name, but he only stayed in the scrubs about 4 days, and then they got him out of there. He was, in actual fact, we found out later, Carlos the Jackal. Ilyich Ramirez is his real name. He's still in prison, actually. And Ilyich Ramirez was born in 1949, the same year as me. And he spent most of his life in prison since 1994. He's been in prison. But when we transferred him from the scrubs to the airport, and from the airport under guard, it was police that went with him, not prison officers. He went to France, and apparently no sooner did they hand him over to the gendarmerie or whatever it was in France, and he escaped. I think he wouldn't have done that unless they'd allowed it. There were later transpired that there was a connection between Ilyich Ramirez, Carlos the Jackal, and the CIA, which just about sounds right. But now Carlos the Jackal is making pronouncements about the wonderful powers of Islam and how truth and right and this Islamic revolution is going to take over the world. Well, you can only say that he's better off in prison, can't you? So when you get somebody as high profile and dangerous as Carlos the Jackal or Donald Trump, they're put under close guard, not only to protect society, but to protect the damn prison, because they will cause trouble. And it could very well be that in prison Donald Trump does create a disturbance, because there'll be people who are serving in prison who will be devoted Trump followers, people who have been imprisoned for the January 6th riots on Capitol Hill. I saw that speech live on television that Donald Trump was making. He was saying, we've got to stop the steal. We've got to go to Capitol Hill. I will come with you. We are going to overturn this. It was quite obvious to me. I said to my wife, you come and watch this. This man is encouraging and stirring up a riot. And sure enough, within about 2 hours, they were smashing through into Congress. Disgraceful conduct. He must go to jail. It's that time of day, folks. Do please like and subscribe. If you do that, it helps very much, because YouTube then broadcasts this out and it gets more followers. And very good. There we are. I'm going to read you a poem now. It's that time of day. Hope you're all well out there. Catherine, are you okay? Yeah. Good. And Paula from the back of Beyond. Yeah, I'm going to read you a poem. Now, I'm going to read you the first 2 verses, because it's rather a long poem. This is the first 2 verses of T.S. Eliot's The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. I highly recommend it. Look it up on YouTube. You'll get a full version there. Let us go then, you and I, when the evening is spread out against the sky like a patient, etherized upon a table. Let us go through certain half-deserted streets, the muttering retreats of restless nights, in one-night cheap hotels, and sawdust restaurants with oyster shells. Streets that follow like a tedious argument of insidious intent to lead you to an overwhelming question. Oh, do not ask, what is it? Let us go and make our visit. In the room the women come and go, talking of Michelangelo. The yellow fog that rubs its back upon the window panes, the yellow smoke that rubs its muzzle on the window panes, licked its tongue into the corners of the evening, lingered upon the pools that stand in drains, let fall upon its back the soot that falls from chimneys, slipped by the terrace, made a sudden leap, and seeing that it was a soft October night, curled once about the house and fell asleep. The Love Song of J. Alfred Prufrock. It's a little known fact that it was quoted by Marlon Brando's character in Apocalypse Now. There's a line in there that says, "I should have been a pair of jagged claws scuttling across the floors of silent seas." That's it for today, folks. Tales from the Jails. Do like and subscribe. And don't forget, tomorrow at 7 p.m, we're having a live broadcast here on Tales from the Jails.